Hello?
Hello.
Hi mate, how you doing?
I'm okay. I can't hear you so good.
Not good, is it? I think it's my reception. Let me just move
Alright.
to another room.
That's a bit better, is that better?
Yeah, that's excellent. I can hear you now.
Okay,
Clear, clear as a bell.
Good stuff.
Good. Okay.
Right.
Now I can't get inside of my head. You know you're bad.
I want to talk about this album.
Okay.
It must feel great to have it done.
There was a period of time much smaller than I'd hoped for where I was really ecstatic. Oh my god, I've done it.
Yeah.
But that 25 seconds of euphoria quickly wore off into everything else. But yeah, I'm really glad that it's out there.
And there's a really nice statement on your website that it was an accumulation of 10 years of
Right.
songwriting. And does it span more or less your time in New York, and do the songs reflect stuff that you've gone through?
The more recent stuff, honestly, the last 5 years, most of it's probably in there. The 10 years really refers more to like, so late September I was playing, 2007 New York, with Kevin, who that's a great story that he came back to play on that.
Okay.
And we haven't really played together at all in 10 years.
So Kevin's a drummer, right?
Kevin's the drummer, yeah, and I had a band going with him for a few years. And the other old one, Trusted and Tried, was a weird one to come back to because it's sort of like one of those character songs which I really don't write.
Right.
Like, this isn't really about me. Didn't answer your question at all, but
But the empty inside lets the devil take the high.
and again, it just, my band life took over for the last 10 years, really.
Okay.
So that one was kind of put to the side as well.
Because you were in a band cunningly titled The Morrow.
Best decision I ever made.
So when you went back to the old songs, did it dredge up feelings and emotions that you had maybe archived away?
Late September
Yeah.
was written about somebody that, that really, I was really hurt by. But when I came back to the song a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm ready to give this song some good justice now. And it was a weird kind of combination of, as I got positive again about the song, I ran into her again.
Oh no, really?
And I didn't want to say to her, like, oh, this week I'm recording the song that I wrote about you 12 years ago. Because that would have been a bit too weird.
Upper Alive is the song that you chose to have as the single. It's a really cool song. What was any reasons why you picked it?
It just so happened to be the only song that all my previous bands played on.
Right.
And it felt like a nice transition between the band and this project.
In some ways it kind of set the kind of tone of the...
Yeah.
record.
It just seemed to sit and bridge everything together.
So you live in New York. I've lived overseas as well.
Yeah.
And I guess when you were writing these songs, did that sense of displacement, living somewhere that wasn't where you were from?
There's a specific kind of loneliness that you probably can't get when you've lived in the same place all your life. That you really just kind of can lose your sense of self, a base, a grounding, if you're not tied closely to your family.
Goodbye to the old war, the blank goodbyes.
And I guess those themes are going to resonate with a lot of people in big cities like New York, and where a lot of people have moved. A little bit of alienation and a bit of that loneliness that not comes with being in your home patch. Did that have any kind of influence on the sound or on the lyrics?
There's a couple of mentions of like home, hope, confusion thing going on in a lyric where I know they're intertwined, but I still haven't quite figured out what the combination, what the connection is.
one thing that I'd like about your stuff is you know, the musically there's a lot going on and it's interesting. When you write a song, what are you striving for? What kind of stuff are you reaching for?
I have some ideas, and if they're not really interesting and exciting, then I just have to throw them away immediately.
Very low attention threshold.
That's my gauge of should I carry on with it? If I'm like excited to get home to carry on with it.
Yeah.
It's getting to that challenging point that is exciting and makes me want to finish it.
Is everybody okay out there? Nobody's freaking out, right?
Let's talk about these interludes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got to discuss this. First of all, like, why interludes at all?
This is a pretty depressing album overall, and I feel like it doesn't really represent me that accurately.
Right.
And I wanted to present the sort of like slightly more complicated. You can be fun and easygoing but also be really dark inside, or vice versa, you know, really serious but actually like very happy and content inside. It just felt more three-dimensional to me.
Yes.
Everybody likes to join me on stage.
Well, I thought it was a really good idea to use some of the live between song banter.
No?
It did make me think this is a real performer. This is the recording output. These songs have been played live. They're real songs, not just studio projects.
Yeah.
And it also gave a sense of how you are on stage.
Right.
So I was interested, arrangement-wise, did you work out all those arrangements yourself and then bring in other people to play them, or did you work with other musicians on some of these songs and develop the parts with them?
Yeah, for the most part, it was the worst possible way to work that I don't recommend to anybody.
Right.
Which is to build up the song on your own in your room, playing all the parts, and then realising this drums are not going to cut it. I need a real drummer.
Right. So some bass lines, for example, you'd maybe write, and then when you came to record it with a real bass player, they would take it and maybe swap some bits around or work it or something.
Exactly.
Okay. So you had an album launch recently. So you played some of the songs live.
Yeah. Played them all.
Did you play them all? So that was the question. It was like how. And what were the plans for playing these songs live? And
I made the very radical decision to hire a rhythm sessions musicians, because I knew that that was the only way that this gig was going to go well, and the drummer that played on a couple of songs was available to do that.
Okay.
And then what was the question?
Okay, well,
cool.
Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Do we kiss now?
We'll leave it at hand.